I was raised right here in Kirkwood in a Christian home. My family went to church and Sunday school. In middle school, I was confirmed, and in high school, I went to Young Life. Then when I went to college, my sorority house had a Bible study that was sponsored by Campus Crusades for Christ. And so I studied scripture with my sorority sisters. And then junior year, I met Tom and fell in love with him. And together we went to church off campus in Nashville for my junior and senior year. If anybody was looking at me on the outside, I looked like a solid Christian, but that's as deep as it went, the outside. When Tom and I got married, we moved to Lexington, Kentucky, and we joined a church there. And we were pretty typical that we went to adult Sunday school and we helped the assistant pastor with the new membership class. And I even took vacation time off from my job as a pediatric nurse to staff the 2-year-old room at Vacation Bible Study. But the women there were surprised I took vacation time because I wasn't a stay-at-home mom. And a barrier started to grow because I wasn't a mom at all, even though I desperately wanted to be. After 6 years of working with an infertility specialist, we finally conceived, and we were so joyful. I remember rejoicing in our Christmas cards that year that we were expecting at last, until December 20th, when my obstetrician did an ultrasound that showed I had a blighted ovum and the baby wasn't viable. And so he told me I should wait and miscarry spontaneously, and that it could take a few days or a few weeks. Well, it took a whole month, and we were devastated. They told us not to travel over the Christmas holidays, and our families were both out of town in St. Louis and Chicago, and we were so very alone. Our church didn't nurture those kind of relationships that help you share your suffering and your pain, and so no one from our church knew about our pain or acknowledged our loss. And I'm sure there are people here, even at Green Tree, who are suffering alone and the church isn't there for their pain. And that's a really hard place to be. It was the first time I had really suffered, and I realized my religion wasn't strong enough or deep enough to carry me through that suffering. My sorrow was compounded by 2 other immediate losses. My best friend's 2-year-old daughter died of a brain tumor. And then my mother's best friend, who was like another mother to me, died of breast cancer at the age of 53, which is younger than I am now. And I just couldn't reconcile how a God who was all-powerful and all-loving could allow such suffering, and my heart started to turn to stone.